Welcome race fans, here we are in qualifications for the High Octane Saturday Night Thunder here at StockCarSimRacing.com. I'm your host, Pete Johnson. I'll be doing the race broadcast this evening. Hope to bring you an entertaining experience. We're on track right now with Paul Brown, the number 70 car, who's making his qualification attempt. StockCarSimRacing.com races 6 nights a week. So tonight we're here at Northside, which is Richmond. Fixed setup. Other nights of the week, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Friday. Just about every night of the week you guys racing here at StockCarSimRacing.com. We're following the 85 car now. Tom McKeever making his rounds. Format for tonight's race: 1X tires, 2X fuel, 75% damage. Somebody's beeping at us. Schedule for the Saturday Night Thunder Series. Of course, tonight here we're at Richmond, which is Northside. Next week, Talladega. Saturday, May 13th, we'll be at Kansas. We get a special event on Saturday, May 20th, a cartoon special. A little bit more details on that as we get further in the broadcast. And of course, we'll finish out the season May 27th at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Current standings: Tom McKeever leads the pack. The 85 car, 2 points back, is Paul Brown, followed by Jason Lance in third, Terry Killigrew in fourth, Don Killigrew in fifth. Ed Palumbo sits in sixth place right now. Jim Barasoff's in seventh. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car is eighth, followed by John Stanley in ninth. And then rounding out the top 10 is Fernando Correa, 74 points back in the number 8 machine. Last week's winner, Paul Brown, in the number 70 car, followed by the 15 of Rom Silveira. Third place was Jason Lance. Bristol Motor Speedway, always a fun track. So again, tonight we'll be at Northside, another short tracker. It's a little bit Paul Brown winner's screenshot. Congratulations to Paul Brown on winning last week at Bristol. Coming up this Wednesday night is the Ironman series. We'll be at Eagle Creek, which is Kentucky, Wednesday, May 3rd. Practice starts at 8 o'clock. Race starts at 9 o'clock. Fixed tire rule there on the Ironman series, so you get your 4 tires you start out with, and then you get 8 more tires for the remainder of the race. So definitely a lot of strategy there. But some guys taking 2 tires, some taking 0, some taking 4. So definitely adds an element of drama as the race goes on with restarts. Friday night we'll be at Kansas, May 5th, in the High Octane Racing League series on Fridays. It's 50% damage at that race and fixed setup. 2 30-lap heat races determine the front row for the final race, which is 70 laps. Of course, tonight we're here with the pros, Saturday Night Thunder. It's an invite-only league here. We're looking at the 85 car. Right now they are in given the race instructions. Looks like Paul Brown was our top qualifier. 20.143. Matt Sintel, second place in the 19 car, followed by Ed Palumbo in the 54 and third. Don Kelligrew qualified fourth this evening. Rounding out the top five, 28 of Travis Joyner. Looks like we've got 14 cars in tonight's race. Short track action here at Northside. Which, for you race fans, that's Richmond. So things are going to happen pretty quickly here. In short tracks, guys having to check up. Not a lot of time to react. So close racing. This guy's going to be door to door. A lot of great racers on track tonight. So we're going to expect a very exciting race. Just showing you a few of the options we got going on here. You should see in the lower left the HORL Saturday Night Thunder logo. In the bottom right's the High Octane banner. Towers up there on the middle left with the we can do current race speeds. We can also do lap times and of course increments. And then you'll see the scroll at the top. And then right now we've got the driver information, whoever we're focused on, their information, your team and their car number, what make that they drive will be up here on the bottom left. Again, I'm your host, Heath Johnson. I'll be running the broadcast this evening. Thank you for coming out. We are just starting warm-up. Ready to roll over to warm-up, so guys will be getting their final I's dotted and T's crossed. we're back. Launching the 28 car, Travis Joyner. Run some laps here in the warm-up. We're just minutes away from the green flag. Travis Joyner around the Paul Brown machine, number 70 Paul Brown. Again, going to see 200 laps here tonight. A lot of close racing. This racetrack's hard on tires. Definitely different lines that work. So it should be interesting. Like this battle that we're seeing right now here at warm-up. You see the 37 car, Chris Franz. 3 cars here. It's not too much risk of racing hard and warm up since you get a new car. As all of us sim racers know, we don't have to go in and do any repairs. Like that one that was needed right there on the 28 car, smacking the wall a little bit. Might have to get a little touch up on the paint. Travis Joyner, 28 machine, coming into the pits. Going to follow his car, get an idea of what we're going to see when guys make pit stops. Travis Joyner comes to us from Mount Vernon, Illinois, Next Level Racing driver. Travis also sponsors a league, Next Level Racing Series, on Tuesday nights. So be talking about that as the broadcast goes along. So definitely want to look into running a few laps on Tuesday. That's the man to see right there. All right, we're getting ready to go green here. 200 laps. See some cars defying the laws of physics. Something great about the internet, isn't it? And sim racing, internet games. All right, we're waiting for guys to join. Okay. All right. Starting off in the first position is Paul Brown, 70 car. Also, our times or our speeds will be in kilometers an hour. I haven't figured out how to change that in the plug-in yet. When I do, I'll change it to miles per hour. That's Intel, the 19. He's driving the 8X. We haven't gotten his paint scheme in the RF yet. 54.
Go, go, go.
Here we go. Sorry, but 54. Ed Palumbo's in third. There's green flag here. Paul Brown jumps out to a little bit of a lead here. 0.2 of a second. Paul Brown leading the pack. That's Intel in the 19 car, driving the 8X machine right now. Tim car. It's in second place. Paul Brown looks like he's got a 0.8 of a second lead on the rest of the field right now. a look at where some of the other guys are. Second place is Matt Sintel. Second, followed by Ed Palumbo in third. There's Ed. Workplace car, Don Kellegrew, the 83 car. You're looking at Jason Lance there, the 76 Chevy. Now we're following Travis Joyner's in sixth place. Looks like we got a little bit of a battle there between 85 and Tom McKeever. In the 39, Joe Exline. Joe Exline's going to take that spot, looks like. Again, interesting to see how the low line versus the high line works at this track. Looks like Joe Exline's looking low on Travis Joyner. Lap 8, we got some pretty hard racing here. Like they're getting settled down. And Joe Exline, 39 car, is in 7th position right now. Followed by 85 of Tom McKeever. Behind him in 9th. So John Stanley, the 12th car. He's followed by the 71 of Jim Barasoff in the 10th position. Like John Stanley is looking high on the 39 car, so John Stanley's looking to move up. And they're running a little bit different lines there. The 71 car is going to come into the mix. Looks like he's going to look on the low side a little bit. Jim Barasoff, 71. 10th position. Battling for the 9th position. The 11th position is the 37 car of Chris Franz. He's followed by the 49 car. He's in 12th position, Ivan Deschamps. 49 Wolf Chevy. And following him is the 03 of Jack Martell. Jack Martell's looking low. Looks like he's going to get that spot. Clayton Wiggin, the 12th position. Jack Martell must not have been able to pull off that pass there, and he's fallen back. Joe Exline looks like he's pulled off the track for some reason. Okay, we're back up here with Paul Brown, who has a 3.4 second lead. The rest of the field. So Paul Brown from Pennsylvania, Rich Runners Racing. Running in the first position, 15 laps in. Paul Brown. He's in control of this race. Looks like Ed Palumbo has moved up to second place. He's battled the Matt Sintel car, the 8X, number 19 Matt Sintel. So 54 Ed Palumbo making some moves here. Again, some different lines. Guys start wearing out their tires a little bit differently. May lead to some different pit strategies as well. Following the 54 car, second place Ed Palumbo, 4.4 seconds down to Paul Brown. Here we go. We got a little bit, another pass. So, looks like Ed's gotten up to the wall a little bit. Tires are starting to heat up. Ed's really running it close to the wall. See him being followed by the 83 car. Don Kellegrew. Just going to try to make that pass on the 76 car, maybe. Now that he's sort of gathered it up, even if you don't get any damage, when you hit the wall, it just kind of throws off your rhythm a little bit. It takes you a couple laps to recover, even the good drivers like Ed Palumbo, the experience that he has, takes you a couple laps to get the thing gathered back up, get your rhythm back on, especially with a track like this. So you're just looking at your damage meter there and being thankful that you may not have any. No damage, but the worst that happened there is losing a little bit of rhythm. Maybe you chewed up your tires a little bit, but you'll be able to change and get 4 tires when you come into the pits. It makes you feel like a Superman. Of course, now we're going to be following the Don Kellebrew car, 83 Canadian Camry. Olsen Canadian. We're going to assume that Don has not had any Olsen Canadian this evening. He's running in the 5th position, so we assume he probably hasn't. Don's following the Ed Palumbo machine. Look at Don's in-car here. Give us an idea of what we need to do to get around this place. It's like Don's running that low line. Oh, Ed's gotten into the wall. Ed got into the wall. Again, Ed Palumbo. Looks like he's scraped the wall there coming out of the turn. Up here with the 83 machine. Don Kellebrew, 3 Blind Mice Motorsports, been able to make that pass. It's in 4th position. I'm going to get up here with the Matt Sintel car. Matt Sintel, 19. Matt Sintel has been able to close that gap on Paul Brown. Remember, it was around 4.5 seconds. Matt Sintel's got a second off that lead. And following the number 70 car, Paul Brown, who's leading the race, has led all 27 laps. 3.5 second lead, but that lead has dwindled a little. It's different lines these guys run definitely can have an effect on tires. Some guys will be good late. Driving style, different types of wheels that they use. Looks like a little bit of lap traffic here for the 70 car. The 38 of Clayton Wiggin, 37 of Chris Franz to deal with. So looks like Paul's able to get around Chris. Lap 29, looks like a little bit of lap traffic. There you go, you see the 70 getting around the 38 car. Back here with the 19 of Matt Sintel. He'll be coming up on that lap traffic soon. So that lap traffic's cut another second off the lead. Matt Sintel making some moves here. Take a look at the Matt Sintel car, see what he's got to deal with as far as lap traffic. See off in the distance there's the 70 machine, Paul Brown. Clayton Wiggin there you see on the low side, and then high side Chris Franz. Matt's getting ready to make a pass on him. Go down the straightaway, you should be able to see where Paul Brown is. An idea of the distance. Paul Brown's got some more lap traffic there to deal with. Again, back up here with the 70 car, Paul Brown, 2.8 seconds lead. So again, that's cut a little bit of giving him a little bit of time back. Paul was able to get by the 49 car, Ivan Deschamps, who's running in 11th. First car a lap down. Look at Ivan tonight. Running in the Wolf Chevy. Close racing here. See some close racing with the 89 and the 12 car. They're sort of in the same picture. Not too far spread out. Running in the 8th and 9th position. There, Jim Barasoff's given up a little bit of time there, so John Stanley able to close a little bit of distance on him. Jump in the John Stanley machine. See what he's got to deal with. Looks like he's about a half a second back. Really a lot of sawing on that wheel through the turn. You see you got to do a lot of corrections. You're never really too comfortable going down the curved front straight, if you really want to call that a straight. Following along with the 12 machine. Ed Palumbo, since making contact with that wall, has fallen off a little bit. There'll be some pit stops coming up here fairly soon, I would think. Jump ahead of Ed here and look at the 6th position, 85 car of Tom McKeever, Hammer Down Racing, the PV Chevy. Tom McKeever from Arizona. He's going to be making a pit stop here fairly soon, I would assume. Looks like the 37 car is going to make his pit stop. Chris France, the first driver here to make a pit stop. I suspect these guys are going to be changing 4 tires anytime they can. As hard as this track is on tires. Back up here with the 70 car. Led all 40 laps. Paul Brown, 2.3 second lead on Matt Sintel. That lead was around 4.5 seconds. A little about 15 laps ago. So Matt Sintel, if he's able to navigate some of the lap traffic, he may be back in the picture here. Certainly with these guys taking pit stops. Like the Jim Barasoff 71 car has been able to make the pass on Ed. Take over the 7th position. Bud Light Chevy. Jim Barasoff is from Grand Forks, Canada. Ivan Deschamps, the 49 car, looks like he's gotten up into the wall there a little bit, trying to let the 85 of Tom McKeever around. Clayton Wiggin and the 12 car has been able to close the gap, so a battle for 11th and 12th, 49 and the 38. Back here, jump back and look at the 38 car, Clayton Wiggin. Clayton comes from Arizona, Florence, Arizona. Driving a Chevy this evening. Again, Ivan's gotten up a little high there, so Clayton's going to challenge on the bottom side. Jim Barasoff's in 7th and definitely wanting around. Oh, got a little bit of contact. 49 is going to make a pit stop. Looks like Clayton Wiggin was able to get around him. Jim Barasoff back there in 7th, wanting to get around the 38, I'm sure. Looks like he's able to do so. look at the 49 machine as he makes his pit stop. Ivan Deschamps. Again, I suspect the way his car was handling, he will probably want 4 fresh tires. We're back up here with the leader, 70, Paul Brown. His lead has shrunk to 1.1 seconds. It looks like the 19 car might be a little bit better later in the run, or the 70 cars had some trouble with some lap traffic. Again, that's down to a second. Take a look at the Matt Sintel car. You can definitely see the 70 of Paul Brown. Of course, there's some lap traffic as well. Like Chris Francis up there, 37. Ed Palumbo. See Ed making his pit stop. So there's some lap traffic here that may even allow Matt Sintel to cut into that lead of Paul Brown. We're following the Matt Sintel car. It's driving the 8X temporary paint scheme. The car set should be out just a few days. Like the 8 car is going to make his pit stop. 8 car of John Stanley. Lap 53. Coming into the pits. So these guys are getting roughly around 50 laps on their tires and fuel. And Paul Brown maintaining that 1 second lead over the 76 car with Jason Lance. Jump back here and look at the 5th place car of Don Kellegrew. Don is in 5th place, 8.6 seconds down. Jumping ahead of him is the Travis Joyner machine. Looks like Travis has just gone around Ivan. Ivan's made his pit stop. Should have a little bit fresher tires. He's 4 laps down. Ooh, looks like the 28 car got up into the wall. Travis Joyner, Next Level Racing Ford, makes contact with the wall. If he sustained any damage on that. Trying to figure out if he did, what the extent is, and should he make any repairs under green flag. Green flag repairs will really cost you, could cost you a couple laps. So he has not pitted yet. 57 laps in, Travis Joyner. He's not made his pit stop. Looks like he's coming in now. I think so. Nope. Thought he was. Try to conserve as much as he can, get as much as he can out of that car, that set of tires. Might be a pit stop strategy race. Not sure if he's got damage, he's going to turn that off under green flag. Hope for a caution that he can get some repairs made. Matt Sintel on the 19 car has been able to close the gap. Getting ready to go around the 71 of Jim Barasov, who's in 7th position. So just 6 cars on the lead lap. Matt Sintel, 2nd down. Looking at the 70 car, Paul Brown has led the entire race, 60 laps in. All 60 laps, Paul Brown's been the leader. He's got 9/10 of a lead, 9/10 of a second lead on Matt Sintel. Like the 83 car of Don Kellegrew has been able to make his pit stop and get back out on the track. That's what I heard him say. Now we're following the 7th place car, 71 that Jim Barris saw. So just gone a lap down. He's the first car 1 lap down. I'm not sure Jim's made his pit stop yet. Undoubtedly Jim's hoping for a yellow flag so he can be the lucky dog. It's like the 76 car of Jason Lance, who's in 3rd, is going to make that pass on Jim Barasaw. Up here with Tom McKeever again. We'll go to the Jason Lance car. There we go. Jason Lance driving a Chevy, 76 car. Jason's coming to us from Independence, Missouri. He's currently sitting in the 3rd spot, Jason Lance. Got 3 seconds down. Looks like Paul Brown's been able to maintain his 1 second lead on the field. We are looking at the 76 car of Jason Lance. Back here with the 4th place car, 28 of Travis Joyner. 66 laps into the race. Travis running a solid race here at 4th position. The Liberty University Ford. Looks like Don Killigrew is going to make his pit stop. Don Killigrew, so take that back. He had not made a pit stop yet, so it looks like 67 laps in, Don Killigrew going to make a green flag pit stop. Get an idea of how slow things are on pit lane while these guys are going around at full speed. Seems like forever. Seems like you'll never get down and in and out of the pits, and just hope you won't speed. Want you to take service. Don Killigrew. Right now, Paul Brown, his lead's down to around 4/10 of a second. Matt Sintel's got given Paul Brown something to think about. Paul Brown led the entire race. Take a look out Paul Brown's car. Look in that mirror. He's definitely looking at the Matt Sintel car. Is only 2/10 of a second down now. So Paul Brown, late in the run, looks like giving up a little bit of time to the 19 car of Matt Sintel. Some more guys making pit stops. You can hear the horn. Looks like 85 car of Tom McKeever's coming into the pits. And we're seeing a battle heat up here between 1st and 2nd. Matt Sintel, Paul Brown. That lead was at some point at least 4.5 seconds. All but erased. Again, watching the Paul Brown machine, number 70. He followed closely, half a second down, Matt Sintel. Running 1 and 2. Pretty much how it's been the whole race. 72 laps in. Paul Brown's led the entire 72 laps. We're going to be coming up on some lap traffic. Looks like 38 of Clayton Wiggin up there. Chris Franz in the 37 car. So the 8th place car of Clayton Wiggin is just ahead. 37 car will be the next car on the lap. 13th place. So these are some lap guys that 70 car is going to have to contend with. Again, that lead is around a half a second. Paul Brown Looks like he's getting a little loose coming off the turn. Late in the run. Tires are kind of chewed up. Driving the wheels off that thing, been able to extend the lead to almost about a second, about 0.8 of a second. So again, a lot of guys are on different strategies here. Paul Brown, I do not think has come into the pits yet. Matt Sintel has not either. Jason Lance, Travis Joyner, I don't think any of those guys have made pit stops yet. See Paul Brown coming up on the 38 car of Clayton Wiggin. Clayton Wiggin's going to roll down to the low side and let Paul Brown by, followed by Matt Sintel. Matt Sintel's about a half a second down. Sometimes it's a matter of where you catch that lap traffic, even though they are going to let you go. Get them in the right spot, and you can really close the gap on the driver ahead of you. And 79 laps in, Paul Brown leads the field. Take a look at the standings here. Tom McKeever, this is the series standings thus far. Tom McKeever's in first place, the 85 car. Tom's currently running 7th tonight. Paul Brown leading the race, of course, in second place in the standings. Jason Lance in 3rd. All those guys running in the top 5. Don Kelligrew in 5th place, or excuse me, I skipped Terry Kelligrew. 20 car in 4th place. He's not here tonight. And Don Kelligrew's run in the 5th position in standings so far this season. Schedule after tonight, we'll be headed to Talladega for a change in speed, literally, May 6th. Last night the Friday Night Boys ran that race. Ran that track in their race, and Highline wasn't working so well, but they may get that figured out with some setup changes. But it was definitely too wide. A lot of the race, very interesting. Fun race to watch. So we put that on YouTube. So hopefully you'll be able to check that out as well. Again, we're watching the 70 car, Paul Brown. He's got about a 1.7-second lead on the 19 of Matt Sintel. So Paul Brown has been able to gather the things up and extend his lead. Only 3 guys on the lead lap. Travis Joyner, Matt Sintel, and Paul Brown are all on the lead lap. This race has been green flag the whole way. Jason Lance in the 76 car has made a pit stop, and he was running up there with the leaders. He's 2 laps down, but getting ready to pass the Paul Brown machine, get one of his laps back. Shows you how many pit stops the guys have made. You see the leaders there, 1, 2, 3. Paul Brown, Matt Sintel, Travis Joyner have not made pit stops. So always interesting scenario here at Northside, different pit strategies. We're almost to the halfway point. Just 11 more laps. We'll be halfway done in this race. And see See if these guys are going to try just to make it on one pit stop. That would be interesting. Some other guys have already made their pit stops and taken the hit. Definitely will have to go at least 2 more. Maybe 1 more, sorry. So we're following the Paul Brown machine. Matt Sintel. Back up here with Matt Sintel, or excuse me, number 70 of Paul Brown. 2.4 second lead on Matt Sintel. Travis Joyner's 13.2 seconds down. Back here, look at the Travis Joyner machine. Travis, obviously on older tires. 83 of Don Killigrew, who's running in the 4th position. 1 lap down, gets around Travis Joyner. Don Killigrew, oh, looks like we've got maybe a car in the wall. Somebody got kicked to their desktop. Back up here looking at the 28 car. Travis Joyner running in the 3rd position, 14 seconds down. Jason Lance getting ready to go around him. Jason's in the 5th spot. Again, Jason's already made a pit stop, so he's on fresher tires than the 28 car. Jason one of them laps himself, at least from 3rd position. Paul Brown letting the 12 machine by him. 12 of John Stanley's running in the 7th position. Now got one of his laps back. Right now the 83 car shown the first car lap down, so if we do have a yellow flag, we'll be the lucky dog. Of Don Killigrew in his car. Looks like we're hearing that the 19 car might be making a pit stop. 19 of Matt Sintel coming into the pits 100 laps in, so I suspect that if we stay green, this will be his only pit stop. So we'll try to make it all the way. Matt Sintel gives up the 2nd position to take 4 fresh tires under green, 100 laps in. He's going to lose the lap to Paul Brown, undoubtedly. Back up here with Paul Brown. Looks like, well, I guess doubtedly, because Paul Brown's making his pit stop now. Paul Brown's going to give up the lead here. Make his pit stop, blocked by the Synergy sign. Look at Don. There we go. We see Paul Brown come back out on the track. Called him Don, sorry. Looks like Tom McKeever's going to get around him before he gets up on the track. 28 car. Now Paul Brown. Looks like he had a pretty flawless stop, but Matt Sintel had a better one because Matt Sintel is right on the outside of him. Matt Sintel. These guys are currently running in 6th and 7th position. 5th and 6th position. Matt Sintel, 5th position, but Matt Sintel's been able to get around Paul Brown in the 70 car. Once everything cycles around, these guys have fresh tires, I suspect. Matt Sintel may end up taking over the lead. 28 car who was leading the race, Travis Joyner, making his pit stop on lap 104. Liberty University Ford Fusion. Take 4 fresh tires. Try to get out as quickly as he can. So that will surrender the lead to Don Killigrew. 83 car of Don Killigrew, Molson Canadian Toyota. Calgary, Canada native, leading the race for the first time this evening. 106 laps in. He's got a 2.9 second lead, about a 3 second lead on Jason Lance in the 76 car. You got to remember that these guys, like Don and Jason and Matt, or Don and Jason, are on a little bit older tires than the 19 or the 70. Jason Lance running in 2nd position. He's gotten around the 54 Ed Palumbo, who's 2 laps down in 8th. 108 laps in. Jason Lance is the 2nd place car, 2.9 seconds down. Don Killigrew. Again, you got to remember that Jason and Don, a little bit different pit strategy. They will have to make another pit stop. Ed Palumbo waving the 38 car around. These guys are all on slightly different strategies as far as pit stops. So they have old tires, new tires, half-used up tires. So definitely some different strategies going on here. We're following the 54 Mellow Yellow Chevy. Ed Palumbo currently running in the 8th position, 2 laps down. Caution-free race. Excellent drivers tonight. It's the Elite League, and these guys are definitely driving on a challenging track. Do an excellent job. So that Columbus can get a little bit below the white line down on the apron, crossing the start-finish line. Start lap 112. Matt Sintel on the 19 car, driving the 8X Temp car tonight. Going to get around Ed Palumbo. Matt Sintel. Back here and look at Paul Brown make his pass. Sorry. Paul Brown running in the 4th position, still 8.8 seconds back. See those guys, interesting to see what they do as far as times are concerned, how quickly they make up time. They have roughly around 8 seconds, 8.5 seconds, so our 3rd and 4th. But the race is currently being led. Lap 114 by the number 83 car of Don Killigrew. Again, we got to do a little advertising here for races coming up on Wednesday night. We have Eagle Creek Speedway, the Ironman Racing Series, starting at 8 p.m. for practice. The race will start at 9. Fixed setup. Got a tire rule here, so tire rule basically is you get 4 tires to start off with, and then you get 8 more tires for the whole race. It's up to you on what you decide to do as far as no tires stops, 2 tire stops, and 4 tire stops, but you get 8 tires, and that's it. Anything you go over that, any 2 tires that you go over that will get you a 1-lap penalty. So a very interesting series there, the Ironman series, Todd Robillard series on Wednesday. Special event coming up. Cartoons 400, Saturday night, Saturday, May the 20th, 400-mile race, 241 laps, 1X tires, 1X fuel, fixed setups, 75% damage here in the Elite League. Qualification is going to be a little bit different, 3-round knockout qualifying. Max fields 30 cars, all cartoon-themed paint schemes, done here by the guys at StockCarSimRacing.com. Again, that's coming up on May 20th, so that's some exciting stuff around the corner here on Saturday nights. And Friday night, those boys, High Octane Racing League series on Fridays will be at Kansas Speedway this week, May 5th. Fixed setup, 50% damage at this particular in this particular league. Practice starts at 7 o'clock, and then qualification start at 8. There'll be 2 30-lap heat races. The winner of each will determine the front row for the final feature 70 laps points race. Again, that's coming up on Friday night. Back here with your leader. His leads diminished down to 1.8 seconds on the second place car of 76 of Jason Lance. But again, those 2 guys, Don Kelligrew in the 83 and Jason Lance, are on different pit strategies. So you see Matt Sintel and Paul Brown, those are the 2 cars to watch. They are only around 3 seconds down. Don Kelligrew with a 3-second lead on those that 3rd and 4th place duo. Fresher tires, different pit strategies, and we were following the 70 car, Paul Brown, in 4th position. Getting ready to make a pass on the Matt Sintel machine. Paul Brown, Matt Sintel battling it out for 3rd and 4th places. They are up on the 49 car, lap traffic of Ivan Deschamps. And Sintel's on the low side there, trying to get around the 49. Followed by the 70 car, Paul Brown. So we're following the Paul Brown machine. Looking up the front of his machine now, you can see Ivan in the rear view mirror. Matt Sintel is just ahead of him. He's running in 3rd position. You can see Don Kelligrew's machine up there. He's in 1st spot. He's only about a second ahead. A lot of action here on the track currently. Jason Lance in the 76. They're running 1st, 2nd, so 1, 2, 3, 4 right there together now. Back on board with Paul Brown. He's going around the 54 car. Ed Palumbo, who's in the 9th position. Take a look at 83, who's given up his lead to Jason Lance in the 76. Paul Brown and Matt Sintel were able to get around the 83 car. Now we're following the Jason Lance machine, who's leading the race for the first time this evening, 130 laps in. If you look at that second, third position, Matt Sintel and Paul Brown, they are obviously faster than fresher tires. They just pitted roughly around lap 100, 110, 100, 105, 110. A lot fresher tires on those two guys, but Matt Sintel is clearly not the fastest on the track right now. This is the number 70 car, Paul Brown. So Matt Sintel takes the lead. That may not last long. Paul Brown's made it around the 76 car. Looking at Paul Brown. Following the Matt Sintel car. Paul Brown on board with him. See Jason Lance in his rearview mirror. Pretty clear track ahead, except for that number 19 car, Matt Sintel. Paul Brown and Matt Sintel have been able to reclaim their 1 and 2 spots on the track after pit stops have cycled around. Again, guys are on different pit strategies. Makes for an interesting race. So we're following the 19, which is in the 8X paint scheme, of Matt Sintel, Scooby-Doo paint scheme. Stock Car Sim Racing original paint scheme. Word that the 71 might be making his pit stop. 71 of Jim Barasoff coming into the pits. Currently running in the 6th position. He was just 1 lap down, so he's going to go another lap down. But Jim Barasoff obviously now going to be able to go all the way. But these guys definitely running a different pit strategy than the 19 and the 70, Paul Brown and Matt Sintel. Here, look at the Don Killebrew machine in 5th place. Getting ready to go another lap down. Don's made his pit stop, and sometimes it's hard to figure out what these guys have done. Apologize. So we're following Don Killebrew, who's in the 5th position right now. Here with Matt Sintel, who's leading the race. Matt Sintel, 141 laps in. He's been able to extend his lead on Paul Brown after dealing with that lap traffic and passing the 76 and 83 machines. Matt Sintel, once things have gotten sorted out, looks like he's extended his lead on the 70 car of Paul Brown. Sintel coming up on some lap traffic. Clayton Wiggin. He's running 11th place. Back here with the 38 car, Clayton Wiggin. Clayton comes to us from Florence, Arizona. Ansible Racing, Chevy. Back up here with Matt Sintel. We're going to kind of cycle through the field. Matt Sintel's in first place. Driving the temporary 8X machine. He'll get his 19 paint scheme here pretty soon when the new car set comes out. He's followed by Paul Brown in the 70 car, running in the second position. Matt Sintel car, or excuse me, the Jason Lance car, 76, is running in the third position. Fourth position is the 28 car of Travis Joyner, Next Level Racing machine. Fifth place, Don Killigrew, the 83 machine. Back to the 85 of Todd McKeever, Hammer Down Racing. We're in the sixth position. John Stanley runs in seventh, the 12 car. Drives a Chevy. John Stanley comes from Nova Scotia, Canada. Jim Barasoff, the 71 Bud Light machine, running in the 8th position. 54 of Ed Palumbo, 5 laps down in 9th. You see 10th position, Ivan Deschamps, 6 laps down, 49. Clayton Wiggin, riding the 38 car, 7 laps down. '37 car, Chris Franz, 11 laps down, running in the 12th position. Looks like the last of the guys that are on the track, 13th and 14th, both those guys have bowed out of the race. 3, Jack Martell in the garage there. You see the 39 of Joe Exelon, 13th and 14th respectively. Back up here with Matt Sintel going around the 49 car. Sintel's got about a 1.3 second lead on Paul Brown to extend his lead. Again, I think Paul Brown and Matt Sintel both can go the rest of the way. An interesting scenario here. Guys have made pit stops. Made 2. These guys have only going to do 1 stop. So unless we have a yellow flag, I'll try to jinx it. But once we don't have a yellow flag, everything's going to probably be golden for Sintel and Brown. Matt Sintel ran in second spot early in the race, but after this pit stop, he was able to get around the Paul Brown machine. He had a little bit better pit stop, and he was able to get around the 70 car. Opened up a 2-second lead on the 70 car. Like the 12 machines made his pit stop and come back out on the track. John Stanley, 8th position, about 4 laps now. See him followed by Paul Brown, who's running in 2nd position. Paul Brown, 2 seconds down. Matt Sintel. guys going around and try a little bit different look at the camera. They cross the start-finish line, come by. Wiggin going by for Chris Frank. That's Tell, John Stanley. Wiggin, Keever coming by. We're following the 70 machine, Paul Brown. He's going to make his pass on the 38. Wiggin is running in the 10th spot. Tom McKeever. Spoken too much about him, running in the 5th spot tonight. Tom is currently 2 laps down, ready to maybe make a pass on the 70 car. He's on a little bit older tires. Tom McKeever is around the 70. Tom McKeever running in the 5th position. Hammer Down Racing. He's got a shot at winning this thing tonight, depending on how things shake out. 162 laps in. Get that cursor off the screen. See that there? Boy, something. So we are following the 85 of Tom McKeever and Petey Chevy. He's sitting in 5th position. Like Jason Lance is looking to go around the 85 car. Jason Lance sitting in the 5th position. He's made a pass for position, or making a pass for position. It's like he's getting a little swirly on there down the low side, so try to hold a little bit different line so we can get around the 85 car. 85 too much. Jason Lance has moved up in position. Following the Jason Lance machine. Running in 5th, around Clayton Wiggin. So about a 6-second lead for Matt Sintel on Paul Brown. Matt Sintel extending his lead. Now we're following the 76 car. Jason Lance up here with Matt Sintel, who's leading the race in HQ Motorsports. 6.7-second lead on the field. Matt Sintel in the Ford Fusion. Heading in an 8X car tonight. It's going to be the number 19, or is the number 19. Just waiting on his paint scheme. Lap 171 leader, Matt Sintel. Jumping near with the Travis Joyner machine. Travis and Ivan close to each other on the track. Travis is running in the 3rd position. Ivan is 11th, 9 laps down. Travis is just 1 lap down. See what life looks like out in his windshield. See him getting a little squirrely down the tri-oval there. Got Paul Brown just in front of him. Well, I'm sure that Travis Joyner would like to get around Paul Brown and Matt Santel to get his lap back. Boy, he's really getting up high, getting up into that wall a little bit. Definitely faster than Paul Brown's machine is on older tires. Paul Brown and Matt Santel, I think, are going to try to make this on 1 stop. So you see that Paul Brown, position on the track, at least, is being challenged by Travis Joyner. Oh, Travis Joyner now. See where they are tag-wise. Travis is going to make that pass here in lap or 2. Take a look where they're faster than each other, where they're who's faster than who in various parts of the track. Travis is not going to be in any big hurry to make this pass, but he wants to get around him with as little effort as possible, so he's not going to use up his tires. See Travis make that pass. Travis is still in 3rd spot. He's got about 7 seconds to catch Matt Santel and unlap himself. 178 laps in. Back here with Don Killigrew. Guys are reporting that it's kind of hard to handle here late in the race. Paul Brown was talking about his car being hard to handle here. Jump on board with him. See how much he has to solve on this wheel. And he's holding that high side. Ivan's looking low. Paul Brown talking about his tires being used up. Oh, Paul Brown. Looks like he slammed the wall on that. Paul Brown definitely got up into the wall. That's not going to help. So Paul Brown, our 2nd place car, 8.3 seconds back, has made contact with the wall. After talking about how bad his tires might be, he was really having to work the wheels, so Ivan, 11th spot's able to get around him, but Don Killigrew will take advantage of that. Don Killigrew is going to look at making a move on Paul Brown. Don Killigrew hold that low line, side by side. Paul Brown didn't want to give up that spot, but again, he probably has a little bit of damage from making contact with the wall. Paul Brown's going to try that crossover move. And Paul's going to slide up high, and looks like he's going to let the machine of Jim Barasoff, 71 car, go by. So Jim's been able to get around, so Jim and Don racing together. Paul Brown is a lap ahead of these guys, but these guys definitely want to unlap themselves. They got 10 seconds to catch, or 10 seconds ahead of Matt Santel. Matt Santel's 10 seconds up, they're going to have to catch him if they want to unlap themselves. But these guys are on fresher tires, so it's kind of interesting to see how those lap times are different. So the 3 wide there is Paul Brown and Jim Barasoff. Around Clayton Wiggin. Things are starting to tighten up here a little bit. Guys on different tires. Following the 71 car of Jim Barasoff. 11 seconds down, so it doesn't look like the 83 and the 71 are going to be able to cut into that lead Matt Sintel has. Laps to go. Matt Sintel with an 11.7 second lead. With that 12.6 seconds, so he definitely does not want to see a caution. So Paul Brown's obviously got damage. So losing time here, about 3/10 every sector. So Matt Sintel, almost a 13-second lead. 13-second lead on the field on Paul Brown, who's the only other car on the lead lap. Again, these guys are on different pit strategy. They're going to be close. Will they be able to make it? So they came in just about lap 105. Will they be able to make it to the end? Depends on how much they pedaled the gas, so it's going to be close. Definitely Paul Brown and Matt Sintel. We're watching Matt Sintel car right now. They definitely do not want to see a yellow flag. Guys, on older tires, anything can happen. Back here, follow the number 8, or the number 12 car in 8th position. John Stanley. Out to John Stanley's windshield. You can see Jason Lance up there, Jim Barasoff, a little bit older tires, Ivan Deschamps. So really working the wheel and working the pedal. Going up into that wall. The tires get chewed up and they start sliding around. The car didn't want to turn. Swirly. Sawing on the wheel, straighten her out down the back straight. Pedal of the wheel there last lap through the tri-oval. Jim Barasoff, 71 car, trying to make a pass on Ivan Deschamps. Oh, he made contact with the wall. John Stanley's wanting to catch up to the 71. Ivan Deschamps moving side by side with the 12 car. John Stanley makes contact with the wall. Again, older tires, we saw him really working that wheel. Guys seem to be making contact with the wall coming off 2 and coming off 4. Looking at Jason Lance, who's racing the 83 car. This is for position on the track. Jason Lance, Travis Joyner, all racing for position. Jason's currently, well, we're 3 wide. Oh! Don Killigrew and Travis Joyner get together.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Uh-oh, we have a yellow flag. See what happened there. See Don Killigrew on the high side. He's wanting around Travis Joyner. They're side by side. They get into it. Both of them get into the wall. Then Don slides up into Travis, and they both get into the outside wall there. Whoa. So looks like the drama that we did not want to see. So the lucky dog might be the 3 car. Lucky dog here. Jason Lance, our lucky dog. Wow, so green flag the whole way, but an incident between the 28 and the 83 definitely changes things. He puts another car up here on the lead lap. Now we've got Matt Sintel, Jason Lance, and Paul Brown, I believe, that are all going to be on the lead lap. Jason Lance gets the lucky dog, so I'm sure he's enjoying life right now. So a lap 198 incident between the 83 and the 28 have changed the complexion of this race. So Jason Lance, Matt Sintel, and Paul Brown all going to make pit stops. The whole field, I suspect, will make a pit stop. Oh, we're getting the last lap signal. It's obviously not going to be a good deal. So some of these guys are still going to be in the pits. So one lap to go. Looks like we had no opportunity for the lap cars to take service. So Matt Sintel is the yeah, so we're getting ready to go green, so something might not be set right here on the server. So Paul Brown's going to be on the outside, Matt Sintel's in first on the inside, Jason Lance is in third up high, 54 of Ed Palumbo's lap car, and 5 laps down. So here we go, this is going to be for the win. So green white checker, Matt Sintel, Paul Brown battling it out. Paul Brown's going to stay on that high side, so Matt Sintel, the 8X, Paul Brown, who's made contact with the wall earlier, does, oh, there's beating and banging down the straightaway. I'm not sure who led that lap, showing Paul Brown. So it looks like side by side. Neither one of these guys want to give up. Matt Sintel's going to drive it in pretty hard. Let's see if Matt Sintel can pull off this pass. Going down, oh, Paul Brown edges him out. So Matt Sintel did not want to see that. Paul Brown gets to steal one here from Matt Sintel. Matt Sintel was running away with it, and we had an incident that changed the complexity of this race. So Matt Sintel making his way to the pits. Paul Brown, the 70 car, was able to come away with the win. So congratulations to Paul. Second place, Matt Sintel. Watching him come into the pits. 85 of Tom McKeever finished in third. Jason Lance in the 76 car was fourth. Jim Barasoff in the 71 finished fifth. John Stanley was in sixth. Travis Joyner in seventh place. Ed Palumbo in the 54 car finished in eighth. Don Killigrew in the 83 car finished in ninth. Clayton Wiggin in the 38 in 10th position. Ivan Deschamps was 11th. Chris France, last car running, was 37, or number 37 was in 12th position. The 03 of Jack Martell, 13th, and Joe Exline in 14th, both decided not to finish the race. So see Paul Brown taking his victory lap, pushing Matt Sintel around the garage area over by the restroom because these guys need to make another pit stop. So congratulations to Paul Brown. This race is was a fun one to watch. Only one yellow flag. Again, to remind you, at StockCarSimRacing.com, we race 6 nights a week. Tomorrow morning, for those of you who are brave enough to get up and race at 5 a.m., this is coming to you from Australia, Oceania Racing League, Gary Cross's league. Sunday night is the Men's Senior Racing League, starting at 8 o'clock. Practice race will be at 9 o'clock. Fixed setup. Tuesday night will be the Next Level Racing Series event. 7 p.m. is the practice time. Wednesday night, Ironman Racing Series starts at 8 o'clock. And then back at it at Friday night, High Octane Racing League, 7 p.m. So thank you very much, fellas. It's been fun. Congratulations to Paul Brown.